Hello, this is God of Rabbits, and I thought I'd give an update on my Path of Exile 3.0 Explosive Arrow Shaper build now that it's in Standard. Since it became the Standard, I decided to bling it out quite a bit, and so this is an alternate version of the build. It's certainly not exactly better, but it's definitely different. So the first thing that we've done was we've added Headhunter to the build. Headhunter is maybe not as good for things like Shaper, but it's definitely more fun, so go ahead and add Headhunter so we get the rare monster mod grabbing, which is definitely an interesting and fun way to play this build. The next item I've added is a Taming. The Taming is a unique legacy item. It's not exactly cheap, but it's interesting. It doesn't have any life, so there's definitely a drawback to going to the Taming. However, it has quite a bit of elemental damage, and the increased damage with hits and ailments per freeze, shock, and ignite on an enemy are definitely interesting. By adding the Taming, we have effectively lessened our need to get resistances because we have 38% on this Taming, for instance, per resistance. So that allows us to cap our resistances without having to go to any significant other means. Next item we got is an alternate art Nagamahu Tiki with +1 curse. This is definitely just a vanity item. It was completely unnecessary for the build, considering a +1 curse is probably 10 exalts cheaper. But obviously if you're in standard and money doesn't mean a lot to you, you can go ahead and bling your build out with some cool new items. So next we have a perfect viscose collar. This is technically not a legacy item, but it is perfectly rolled, so it's effectively a legacy item. This is your item swap for your neck. Obviously, you could go like +1 curse on this, but those things are incredibly expensive. After that, went to an alternate art Quill Rain. That's also a 6-link. The alternate art Quill Rain, there are not a lot of these in existence, and they're actually technically worse than a regular Quill Rain. However, you lose the mana gained on kill, and you have more or less weapon damage on it. And both of those stats are unnecessary for this build since we don't have mana and we don't really count on our weapon damage in order to do our actual damage, which is mostly explosive damage. So obviously, you know, another vanity item, so we have two alternate art vanity items. Next thing we did was we added an instant leech Vessel of Ingtar with lightning damage to attacks. This thing is also a legacy item. It's incredibly expensive, but it has some synergies with the Taming in that we can now shock things close to us, so that gives us more damage on them. It also gives us that instant leech, and we have a lot of Slayer leech, so this is a great addition to the build. It's definitely one of the unique flasks I would definitely recommend to purchase and to own. I mean, to have on this build if you do own, but they cost somewhere in the range of 100 exalts, so I don't expect people to barely be able to get them very much. The last thing that we've added was a leech boot. So since we have the Vessel of Ingtar with instant leech, the #1 boot enchant we're going to be looking for is a leech enchantment. So after that, we needed to change boots because the Headhunter now fills our dexterity requirement, and we needed some additional resistances. So when you have this new boots, you can see that we're overcapped. We're overcapped when we swap out here. So in essence, this is the new build. It's different. It doesn't necessarily more powerful, but it's definitely more fun with the addition of Headhunter. It's got some interesting synergies with the Taming and Vessel of Ingtar, for instance, and it's definitely got some additional bling. So can't be sad about that. Thank you for watching. That's about it for the build. If you have any questions, you can put it in the feedback below, and I will respond in a timely manner. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.